Hello everyone, Eric with OzoneTCG. Today we're talking about the 2022 Pharaoh's Mega Tins. Before we get into the video, please be sure to take a look at our TCG Player Store and affiliate link if you guys are buying any singles later on. Currently, singles are not available on TCG Player. They will be, however, within the next week from the time you guys are seeing this video. Currently, we're just taking a look at pre-order prices, what you should be looking to pick up for current format and for the future, just good cards to have. Or it's kind of late in this video from when you guys see this, but some of these cards have already dipped significantly in price. We'll talk about that momentarily though. Let's go ahead and take a look at the card list right now. So I believe this is actually the biggest Mega Tin we've ever had. I think there are 275 cards, so the biggest one. I think the second biggest one, previously the largest Mega Tin, was the 2019 reprint tin with a bunch of danger cards, a bunch of Orcust reprints, some Sky Striker reprints. Some of them were uncommon, but this is now the biggest one by 5 more cards. There are some TCG exclusive world premieres in this. We'll talk about those in a different video, or maybe just a little bit later. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these ultra rares and the secrets and the supers on what you guys may want to pick up, and then we're going to compare some of the prices between Yugioh Daily, Gamer's Choice, and the current price for the original prints, or some reprints of the cards that you guys may want to take a look. So ultras first off, there are a couple good ultra reprints in here. Most of the reprints that are worth buying though are in the prismatic secret slot, so you get 2 ultras per tin. So I think there are either 5 or 6 tin, or maybe up to 10 to 12, I don't remember the exact number, of tins per case, and people have already purchased many cases. I think they are sold out in most wholesale distributors, and they have been for a while. Kind of too late to get them already. However, if you can pick them up for 15 to 18 from someone who's trying to sell them on a discount, it's pretty good. Otherwise, they MSRP for $22 as opposed to the usual $20. Inflation happens, prices increase over time, and that's unfortunately just part of the system. However, you only get 1 prismatic secret, as you guys may know, per tin. That means a lot of the prismatic secrets will have a lot more scarcity. They will be more scarce than the ultras, and that's 100% fine. That also means that some prismatic secrets will demand a higher price than some of the other reprints that aren't as worthy of a higher price. They won't have as much demand. We'll talk about some of those momentarily. Let's go ahead and take a look at the ultras first off. We're just going to go on the Wikipedia sorting, so they sort ultra first. Ultra rares: Armed Dragon Thunder, level 10. We're not going to go through the whole list. We'll talk about some of them that are just worth it. I don't think this is worth it. Unclassed Bear, it's like okay. Miradora, okay. Okay. You guys can see my cursor down here. It's fine. Bear Brum is a good ultra. If you guys are playing any Tri Brigade versions, Tri Brigade Sprite, or if you guys want to pick up really anything for Tri Brigade, it's a good one to have for your reprint. In an ultra, I'm sure it'll look nice too. Dark Infinite adding Ignister, also a good one. In case you guys are playing Ignister Mathmech, I wouldn't play pure Ignister, but if Mystic Mind gets banned, deck's going to have a lot harder time playing through anything. Land of the Light Charmer, fantastic ultra reprint. All the Charmers so far have been reprinted as an ultra, except for Dark, because Dark came out in Battles of Chaos, if I remember correctly. Eventually we'll see him get an ultra reprint though. I Meet You, again, fine if you're playing that. Some of the Stardust cards are pretty cool. Alvain is good reprint as an ultra. I think it was either a secret or a super before. I don't remember exactly what that was in Dawn of Majesty, but this is a good card to pick up too. I'm actually going to pick up one of these myself. Branded Bond, nothing here. Baby Mud Dragon, nothing like that. If you're playing Fluundereeze, Fluundereeze and Talkin is a good ultra, just to get a rarity bump, because before it was just a common. So Contact with the Abyss, Nibiru, and Dark Ruler, and D-Shifter. So these were the 2019 promos. 2020, they eliminated promos entirely. So 2019 was the last time we had any kind of promos in the tin. So you got, I think, one it was a total, I think, of 3 promos, but one of them was either Nibiru, Dark Ruler, or D-Shifter. They were all world premieres, and then OCG received them about a month and a half later. So that's just kind of been, that was the trend for a while, to have those promos, and then sometimes OCG would have them, sometimes they wouldn't. But these are some of the most impactful promos ever. If you guys want to pick them up as an Ultra, personally, I prefer the Ultras over Secrets. I think Ultras is my favorite rarity in general, but I like playing the Ultras for staples over Secrets and Prismatic Secrets. I currently have all of these as Prismatic Secrets, but I will be picking up Nibiru and Dark Ruler for sure, maybe Shifter. We'll have to see about that one. But definitely getting these two. If you guys don't have them already, pick these up. These guys are going to be really cheap. We'll talk about the pre-sale prices for all of these very shortly. And then this is the one of these. So the Revived Sky God, this is the one that draws, both players draw 6 if it's face up. So you add, actually we'll just go and take a look at it right now before I get into any of those cards. The activation of this card or its effects cannot be negated, nor can its effects be negated. So the activation, you can't negate the activation of the card, you can't negate the activation of the card effect, you can't negate the card itself, and you can't negate the effects of the cards. A little bit confusing for newer players, but that means basically you can't negate it. You can still cause it to resolve without effects, such as with DD Crow, Call by the Grave, some of the Ishizu cards, but you cannot use something like, you can activate Ghost Bell, but it will not negate the card. So again, you can't Ghost Bell, you can't Solemn Judgment, you can't do anything like that. So, what does it do? Special summon 1 Slifer the Sky Dragon from your graveyard, then each player draws until they have 6 cards in their hand. Pretty cool effect. I don't think this card is, I think there has to be a dedicated deck to resolving it, which is possible in the current game. I just don't think it's enough because you have to have so much gas to be able to do it and to play through boards, and it means you're adding more bricks. That's a discussion for another time, though. But if you have the play, it's really cool. You can banish this card from your graveyard, place 1 monster reborn from your deck or graveyard to the top of the deck. Then if a Divine Beast monster is in your graveyard, draw 1 card. You can only use each effect of the Revived Sky God once per turn. Basically, you just want to do this first effect. It's possible with Destiny Heroes and Tier Limit and Sprite and Punk together if you played as, one deck. You're introducing a lot of bricks, though. If you guys want to, theory this out, I'm not going to spend any time on it. Just one of the cool cards. So each Egyptian god has one of them. So that's there. Xuanwu is finally getting a holo. That's pretty cool. Danmari is also getting a holo. Yeah, nothing. Okay. Stree is getting a holo upgrade too, and Empen is getting a downgrade, as well as Rune Force and Masquerade. So these are the 4 you're probably going to want to take a look at if you intend on playing. Again, Fluanderies is very much budget now, especially with the tins. You can build the deck for probably less than 100 at this point, minus Prosperities, which they're only 35. Spoiler, they're pre-selling for that. Then Machina Rune Force. I think it's a cool card. If you guys don't care anything about Earth Machine, don't worry about picking it up. Masquerade the Blazing Dragon, though. This card's going to be like a quarter within a week after release, so probably basically the 3rd week of September, close to the end of the month into October. Even if you guys have no intention of playing branded, it's probably fine to pick, a set of these up for 75 cents. Alibur's in the tins as well. The Ultra price is going to dip. Dawn of Majesty price has already dipped a bunch. We'll talk about that in a little bit, though. I will personally pick up Ultras again. I sold them. I sold all my branded stuff a while ago. I'm going to pick them all back up just for the reprints. That's what I tend to do. I sold my Ultras at like $10 a piece recently. And now it's being reprinted, so I'm good with that. And then Ghost Reaper, if you don't have this, it's fine to pick up as a super rare. Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood, this card is awful. Don't waste your quarters even on that card. And Ghost Mourner, probably fine to have, but I don't think it's very good. And that's basically all. Snow, Robina, Egglid, just kind of funny that they were all downgraded, especially because this card was there was some testing with this, but overall, just not good. So, we are getting to the Prismatic Secret Rares. So, again, since 2019, the Secret Rare slots have turned into Prismatic Secrets. which were originally from the World Superstar set in 2015. And then I think, I'm not sure if 2016 had them. I don't actually remember. I don't think so. But that was the next time that they really resurfaced, was in 2019. So we're going to go over all of them, or at least the ones you guys should be looking at. Alrighty. Tri-Brigade kit, again, Sprite Tri-Brigade, anything like that, pretty good. Pickup, I prefer the super rares. I don't particularly like the way Prismatic Secret will look, but if you guys like it, it's cool. It'll look like the Chaos Thunder Dragon deck. A lot of Prismatic Secrets there, especially because of reprints from last year. Most of the Tri-Brigades have reprints in either Ultra or Prismatic Secret. Deck will look very nice together. Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, good card to pick up as well. I think it's pretty selling for like $3 or $4, something like that. Previously it was like a $30 secret. I actually bought one of these at $40, and it's okay that it took the minus on that. I prefer the original secrets still to Prismatic Secret. So, I won't be buying this, I don't think. I'll be just using the regular secret rares. Prosperity, pick it up. Good pickup. We'll talk about the price on this card later and how much it's fallen since then. From here, Greater Polymerization, ignore Diviner of the Herald. Definitely good pickup. Wait until about 2 or 3 weeks after release, so probably beginning of October you'll want to take a look at this. This card is played in the Ishizu Tier Limit variant. You can mill one of the Ishizu cards from the deck, and mill 5 from both players' deck. You do play it as a normal summon. You can also summon Baron. You can do a lot with that card. Just wait though, hold off, because it's selling for, I think, a little bit too much. Zenith Sage, don't worry about it until later. Now there is Galaxy Photon support in the next main kind of core booster set after Darkwing Blast and the OCG. We'll have to see what other support there is. The support that was released or that has been shown so far is pretty good, but still, just hold off for a little bit. Rock's Rose Dragon is a cool reprint, but I don't think you should be scrambling to get this for any more than a quarter. Secrets are going to, or excuse me, the supers are going to tank as well. If this, is being reprinted, if Fibrax goes this list or the list after, basically no one's going to play that, and that's kind of how reprints go. So I would just hold off on this for, again, maybe a couple of weeks. I'll be in the Branded Dragon, really cool rarity upgrade. Like I said, sold my Ultras. Very happy I moved those as soon as I could, because the Prismatic Secret will look nice for those who want to play it. I will play the common though, that's what I do. Yeah, if you guys want to have the Prismatic upgrade though, as your Mirror Jade target, or occasionally summoning this in the Branded Eldritch variant, go for it. This is already very cheap. I'll probably pick them up anyway, just to have them. But very, very, very solid reprint. I love this. Red and Rose Dragon, I don't like that it's also a regular secret in Lightning Overdrive, but cool as a Prismatic. Again, Dragonic Utopia Ray, don't worry about it. It's fine to pick up if you guys like the deck. We'll have to see how it actually does, though, a little bit later. Mew Beta Fafnir, fine if you guys are playing Drytron. I don't know why you're playing Drytron right now, though. Don't really see it ever being playable beyond 2 months ago. So, if you guys like it, though, there it is. Elber, like I said, I'll probably end up picking up both the Prismatic Secrets and the Ultras. I will play the Ultras, though. These will look nice, though. Same with Dramaturge and Quiritus. Branded Opening. So, I will pick up this as well as the Super, but I will play just the Super. This card will look quite nice in Secret, though. I've seen the pictures from it already. Looks quite nice. I'm already going to pick up Ready Fusion, though. I would prefer getting the original Secrets. Again, I'll probably end up picking up most of these, though. Ecclesia, I am a little sad that the Sword Souls aren't on here. In case you guys haven't noticed, there are no Sword Soul cards in the tin. Again, the only Sword Soul related card is Incredible Ecclesia, and not even the Iris Sword Soul was reprinted. The card eventually may go up. I don't think it's ever going to be really good, though. But what's probably going to happen is that the Sword Soul cards will be reprinted in Magnificent Mavens, because Moye has already been confirmed for that set. We'll probably see the rest of them, either given some kind of rarity upgrade in there, or just most of the reprints. An Ultra Tile would be cool, and an Ultra Blackout will also be really cool. I'll end up picking up anyway, because again, Sword Soul is one of my favorite decks ever. Next, Sword of the Heavenly Prison. I think it's like a $30 or $40 card, something like that. Good to see it's going to go down. DP, basically unplayable now because of Verte Anaconda being banned, so cool that it's there. Not really worth anything though. Evil Twins Trouble Sunny, so it was not an expensive ultra rare in Burst of Destiny, but it is cool that it is getting a Prismatic Secret. I would again play the ultra rare because the Link 2s are both ultra as well. Magnificent Map, cool that it's getting a reprint as a secret rare, but again, I would personally play the ultra. But that's me, you know, good card, it definitely deserves it. And same with Small World, Lightning Storm, Droplet, Ghost Ogre, Ash Blossom, and Ghost Bell. We'll talk about these all together. So Small World, if you don't have it already, you might as well pick it up. It's super cheap. And Lightning Storm, Droplet, Ghost Ogre, Ash Blossom, and Ghost Bell, really, really good reprints. We'll talk about the price in just a second, though. They have all tanked because of the announcement just this week of people pulling them. I think they're going to end up all below $22, though, and that's really how it is with reprints. It's just not worth it, generally speaking, to ever price a card from the seller's eyes at more than $20 or more than the price of the product for Megatins specifically. Different story for core sets, but with Megatins, you generally don't want to price cards higher than, because then people just end up buying a lot more of the tins, and that pushes the prices down. It's really hard to stay competitive, even if you're opening and have a ton of cases of tins or pallets of tins. It's generally just not worth it in the long term to keep these cards at super high prices unless you want to hold them for 3 or 4 years. In the 2019 tins, a lot of the reprints, the Prismatic and Ultra reprints, have overall stayed either the same, or some of them have gone down, but a few of them have actually increased in price from what they were. Danger Nessie comes to mind. Danger Nessie was actually, I think, limited or semi-limited when the tins came out, like right afterwards, and recently came to 3. I think this last list went to 3. And since the Danger Tournament, even the Punk variants kind of came to light in the format, Nessie's price has dramatically increased. So I think it was at like $15 last I checked, but we can take a look at that later. But really, unless you're in it for the long haul, I just don't think it's worth it to price a lot of the staples at more than that. That's just my opinion, though. And sometimes the market, is correct in doing it for the hype or for pre-sales. Personally, if I didn't have my Ash Blossoms, if I didn't have my staples like that, I would go for these reprints because they are all really, really cheap. Again, I will wait for a little bit, just for a little bit, for my own Ultra Lightning Storms, my own Ultra Droplets, because I like those versions more. I will end up picking up Ghost Ogres, Ash Blossoms, and Ghost Bells, even though I already have those in all Ultras and Supers. I just have Super Ghost Ogres right now. That is what I would do. And then, again, if you don't have them, though, and you can get them for under $15 a piece, for Ash Blossoms specifically, very good price. Common Ash Blossoms, even though the Salamangreat Structure Deck was one of the most hyped and one of the, if not the best-selling Structure Deck of all time, Ash Blossom was honestly like between $11 to $20 for the past 3 years, 3.5 at this point. It's just really hard to keep Ash Blossom at a low price because people end up just buying them out. And honestly, that's exactly what I would do. If I wanted to do that, I would just start buying out the cheap Ash Blossoms and steadily increasing the price in them. And that tends to what happen. That's usually what happens with Ash Blossom. That's happened for, again, the last 3.5 years. People realize, hey, it's Ash Blossom. Literally probably the best hand trap that's still legal in the game. So I would just, if you have them, cool. You may even want to pick up an extra set. You may just want to have the Prismatic Secrets. You may want to play the Prismatic Secrets. Personally, not for me. I'll still pick them up anyway. But always a good card to have. Don't sleep on that card, but it's fine to not really care about the Ghost Ogres. And then Droplet and Lightning Storm, we'll have to see, but it's fine if you want to just have them for your, for regionals, for events, that's cool too. That's a really wise way of spending your money, actually, is to have the cards immediately available to potentially do well at regionals. Cross-set designator, I can't wait to talk about this in just a second with the prices. I'll leave my thoughts for that. It's not even about the card, it's just the meta of the card. Red Eyes and Blue Eyes and Dark Magician Girl all are receiving alternate art reprints, so they have never been released in the TCG, I believe. We're getting all new arts for them, so which is cool. And then Dual Tower, I actually don't know what this card does. Let's see. Oh, it's this card. It's the GX card. Okay. It's released a little bit ago in Japan. That card's cool. I think this is the Mystic Mind Searcher. Yeah, so this searches a Crystal Beast, monster, and a field spell. So technically you can search Mystic Mind with this. Why you would do that, I don't know. But it is cool. This card's actually pretty good for Crystal Beasts from what I've seen. I haven't actually played the deck, but it'll be cool to play this card with the new support. And then I like this card just because it looks like it's Yusaku from Yugioh Vrains as a card, basically. It's like Numeral Hunter, that's Kite from Zexal. Otherwise, the reprints, I mean, that's pretty much it. These are, imports and then world premieres for some of the Egyptian God card ultras. Otherwise, you guys have been waiting for some of the other reprints in, lower rarities. Now's the time to get them. Honestly, you can even go for the higher rarity versions because they will be way cheaper. Only thing that I am disappointed with is that Black Eyes, the Plunder Patrol Raven, I don't remember its exact title, is not a holo. I wish it were a holo. Should have been at least a super. Probably would have been better as an ultra. That's the only complaint that I have for the tins. Otherwise, this is a really good set of tins. I can't wait. Kind of funny to see all the B-Trooper stuff just tank in value as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the TCG player current prices for the current staples, as well as Yugioh Daily and Gamer's Choice pre-sales. So here, I'm going to just compare between Yugioh Daily and Gamer's Choice and the current printings of TCG Player. So on the left, you guys can see TCG Player. Of course, use our affiliate link as always. And then the others will be shifting around from here. I have different tabs open. You guys can't see that though. This is Yugioh Daily, and then we're going to take a look at Gamer's Choice. So Gamer's Choice, specifically for Droplet, 25 and 25. So right now the Ultras, which is what I want to get, are 34. They were about 50 to 52, and I recently sold my playset of Secret Droplet for about $220, and then after fees it would be about, I'd say 180, tax and shipping and fees, whatever, about 180. It is crazy to see that the secret rare version is only 34 as well, though. I think this is going to drop a little bit more, but I think the Brothers Legend, this for the regular secret, this will be, of course, the cheaper one because it's the reprint. I can't wait to get this. OTS one is always going to be very expensive, though. That's just how that card goes. Next, Prosperity, 35 and 35. So 34.99, 35. I cannot believe this card, how much it dipped. So currently this is, late night on September 3rd into September 4th. You're looking at $70 for the regular secret. You guys can see on this graph. I don't always trust these graphs because it doesn't show the sold listings quite accurately. It also doesn't show the quantity of sold listings, so it could be one person is constantly buying back between themselves. But let's take a look at the year chart. So you guys can see it's overall been over 100 for the longest time. You can see right here between August 28th and now, when the tins were revealed, all the contents, complete drop. Went from 130 not even a month ago to 70 and down to even like 60, 65. Crazy to see this. So if you guys like the original secrets, get those. If you guys like the promos, get those. Not promos, excuse me, the prismatic secrets, get those. But I would wait a little bit longer if you want the originals. These guys are going to drop even more once these start dropping. I don't think this 35 is going to hold very much, but I would pick these up sooner rather than later if you need to play them for events, if you're playing something like Sprite. They're fine. I think it's fine. Like I said, I bought my crossouts at 30, I think 33 or 34 last year in approximately October or November. I don't remember exactly when. You guys will see the price on there. Took a huge hit on them, but that's a-okay. Gotten my use out of them. Also probably end up buying the Prismatic Secrets as well. Lightning Storm, I can't believe this card is finally only $35. At one point, this was like $130, especially because it was one of the only cards worth getting in Ignition Assault. Personally, again, I will try and pick up the Ultra Rares, but the Prismatics look very nice. I will always play the Ultras if I can. I still can't believe the Starlights are holding as much. Those are fine to pick up, you know, if you're a collector. But I tend not to do the collector's market too much just because the Starlights, I have a complicated relationship with them. They are an interesting thing. We'll talk about those in a different video, though. Dark Ruler No More has been reprinted twice. So initial printing, I still have these. I will end up picking up Ultras, again, because I like them. I will consistently say that. If you guys like the card, pick it up. But glad to see this card's actually still holding. Honestly, I don't see this going down too much, if at all, because the Ultra will be the only other holo printing, but it's not going to be the same as the Prismatic Secret. If it were printed as a regular secret, maybe a different story, but there are already budget options available, and then it's just another holo option. Cross out. For those who paid $130 last year, I don't know what you guys were thinking. That card was never going to be expensive. None of the tin cards have ever been expensive like that. Even Dragoon, the one of, I think it was like 80 or 90. Absolutely ridiculous prices for no reason. Honestly, I think it was just a lot of FOMO around both of those cards, around Crossout and that. I know I sold one of these for about $90 last year. Picked them up for, again, $34, $35, something like that per copy. Took the huge neg, but I will end up buying up, probably not these Ultras. I'll probably wait for a little bit to get the Prismatics, but it's there if you guys want to pick out Crossout. I think it's a fine card to have. This probably will drop to like $6 to $8, and the Secrets will probably be around that or maybe a little bit higher. Yeah. Ghost Bell, not super expensive. I mean, the Flames of Destruction being... Now this is a couple hours old, actually. Take that back. So yeah, so the ones that are actually English, which I can't believe the Korean Prismatics are flooding the market. I hate that TCG Play doesn't go through those, but hard to find first edition near mint. Just a light plays. That'd be cool from Gamer's Choice to get a $30 secret rare, even though it is an unlimited one. It's German. It's pretty good. If you guys like original Ghost Bell printings, get those. I would pick up those. I would pick up Secret Ashes if I cared for them. I don't. But, yeah, cards will always hold value. You guys can see right here. Don't worry about these market prices. You guys have to actually look at these. I have, let's see, I have an ultra rare version. Whoever uses Feed Ash needs to be put in a prison. Don't ever use Feed Ash. That just don't. I have these, the ultra rares from the Kaiba collection. I like these the most. Second to the secret rares. And yeah, I mean, Soul Burners are $17, so good reprint for Ash Blossom. It'll probably be around, starting out, it'll probably stay around $10 to $15, and then eventually all of the prices will shift back upwards. As Ash Blossom does, that is how it always happens. Excuse me, I have the dual power Ash Blossoms, just to be transparent. Okay, Ghost Ogres. Card has not been expensive in forever. I only have the supers from, I think, the 2016 tins. I can't believe it. These cards are so old now. Card was printed originally in Cross Souls 2015 as a secret rare. It is now basically worth nothing for all the alternate printings. I'm curious to see how much these are, actually. Last I checked, they were kind of expensive. First editions, very hard to come by because these cards are 7 years old. Yeah, you're looking, I mean... Rogue's Den, shout out to one of my Ohio locals. I used to live right near here. Right as they were starting up, I actually moved. Kind of feels bad, but first edition, near mint's $80, and that's for a foreign. That's pretty good. Honestly, if you guys still have these, I wouldn't sell them necessarily, but just be aware of their value. This is a classic card. This started the Ghost Girls series. They originally were not actually going to be a series at all. They just so happened to turn out to be a series. Glad that they are, because Ghost Ogre is the first one. That is why she's a psychic and not a zombie like the rest. Anyway, Shifter. At one point, I think this is like $15 to $20. It's just going to go down. Ultra rares, again, I would play those, but I think we'll probably see this stay around $7 to $9-ish. And then the reprints will probably be $4 to $6. That's usually how it goes. Lightning Overdrive. So this was talking about with Diviner. $28. How the mighty have fallen. At one point, this card was like $65 to $70. I remember people were paying like $80 on this when Lightning Overdrive was being pre-ordered. Honestly, if you guys like this version, go for it. I will probably end up getting this version at some point, unless the prismatics are just significantly cheaper. We can see here that they're about, $13. I think this is still too much for this card, even though it is a very, very powerful card. It's just there's no other deck really playing it right now, so just wait for a couple weeks and you guys should be good. I mean, honestly, I would still pick these up even if you have if you don't want to play like the Ishizu version of Tier Limit when it comes out. If you guys don't want to play the game, then that's cool. If you guys don't want to play Dry Turn right now, that's also cool. Still pick up this card. Very good staple to have. Same with some of the Ghost Bell, the reprints, and the Ghost Girl reprints, all of that, because they are all incredibly cheap. Ecclesia, sad to see this card is even under $10. I think I sold a copy for like $55 a couple weeks ago. The original Secret, but Alibur. So this, I was going to mention this Alibur, we're going to take a look at in just a second. The fact that it is $3 is a really good price point to pick a set up. I may end up even picking up some myself. Gamer's Choice taking the huge minus on that, unfortunately. 168 in stock. And yeah, they're selling the Prismatic Secrets for $4. Not a good sign, but it's kind of how reprint season goes. We're going to take a look at Branded Opening. Crazy. I just sold a set of these for, I think, $35 or something. I'll take a look at my TCG play later. I will end up picking up these once the tins are out, because I will, of course, play these. But I'll still pick up these. This will push the price. I mean, these will be like $2 once everything settles. Same with like Ready Fusion. It's like something. I don't even know how much it is right now. I'm actually curious if Branded Red is on here. I don't remember. Oh, it is. It's a rare. Okay. I'll end up picking up the supers again. I think I sold them for like $2, which is cool. They'll probably stay that low since now there's a budget option. But yeah, so that's basically my initial thoughts on these. We're going to take a look at the entire list again at some point, probably after the ban list and once prices settle, probably middle of October, I'd say. So keep on the lookout for that kind of video. Let me know what you guys are picking up for this. One last thing, it's crazy to see that Starlight is this cheap. That's crazy. Even though this card's basically unplayable in Fluanderies, that is still so low. Same with all the rest of these cards. I remember Masquerade was like $35, $40 at one point. DP only $23. Ecclesia only $20. It's crazy to see reprint season. I love it. I love seeing the chaos of the markets just absolutely crumble with reprints, especially when they're allowed good reprints, even if they're not all smash hits. I think the Prismatic Secrets are really good this year compared to previous years. Some of the Ultras are pretty good, but I don't think they're nearly as good as previously. But that's completely made up with the Prismatic Secrets this year. Let me know what you guys are picking up. Again, TCG Player affiliate link in the description. If we have anything in stock in the TCG Player store, take a look at it below. And thank you as always for watching.